it's America's fault for the Electoral College. I think people don't even realize how much of it is that is the problem, is the Electoral College made this happen, but nobody wants to acknowledge that, admit it, and change it. And the people who couldn't change it were brought into power because of the Electoral College, so they're not going to change it because it's going to make them get reelected next time. So it's screwed, man. It's a shame. It should be one person, one vote. And if it had been one person, one vote, he wouldn't have been in office.
When Jack White, one of the best guitarists of our era, speaks out, we listen.
This was, for Trump, a television production that may have been rooted in different motives, but one of them was likely to change the topic of news coverage. Clearly, Trump was not in control of anything. I mean, Putin was the alpha all day long, from Trump holding on his plane and waiting for him like a, middle schooler waiting for their first date. The red carpet that rolled out and the choreography. I mean, I went to dozens of foreign trips with the president. It is very rare to have a red carpet and then an ascent to a platform and then a walk down the stairs into a limo together. I won't say it's never happened, but it's exceedingly rare, to the point that I can't think of it ever happening before. And then Donald Trump, don't stand between Donald Trump and a scrum of reporters asking questions if you don't want to be stampeded. There's no way it was Donald Trump's decision or request to take no questions. He'd be talking until 9 p.m. Eastern if he'd been in control.
Because we know how big of an embarrassment this guy is.
We're given the right to build electric plants. They become almost like a public utility because we have old grids. We have a lot of stuff that's old. We wouldn't be able to compete with China AI. And now we're totally leading the AI race and the artificial intelligence. It's a big deal. And it's the hottest thing there is for probably in 35, 40 years. It's a lot of people don't know what it is. Just trust me, it's very hot. It's big. But they need massive amounts of electricity. They need more electricity than we have right now in the whole country servicing everything. In other words, we have to at least double it up to be competitive and to be leading.
How wasteful he is. How he is doing the public bidding for the tech industry because they donated to him. Thus, considering what we've had to witness for the second go-round, White spoke out. With a picture of Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky and Donald Trump in the Oval, White wrote the following: "Look at how disgusting Trump has transformed the historic White House. It's now a vulgar, gold-leafed, and gaudy professional wrestler's dressing room. Can't wait for the UFC match on the front lawn, too. He's almost fully achieved the movie Idiocracy. Look at his disgusting taste. Would you even buy a used car from this con man, let alone give him the nuclear codes? A gold-plated Trump Bible would look perfect up on that mantle with a pair of Trump shoes on either side, wouldn't it? What an embarrassment to American history." Also pictured in this photograph, a real leader of a nation in a black suit. He tagged Ric Flair, by the way, where Trump is seated. Thus, this man, Stephen Chung, a former crony with the UFC, who's now a crony with this administration, mouth dribbled the following statement on Jack White. "Jack White is a washed-up, has-been loser, posting drivel on social media because he clearly has ample time on his hands due to his stalled career." I'm seeing him at Riot Fest, by the way. "It's apparent he's been masquerading as a real artist because he fails to appreciate and, quite frankly, disrespects the splendor and significance of the Oval Office inside of the people's hands." That led to Jack White responding as follows. Showing a photo of Trump holding his golden sneakers, White wrote, "I was raised to believe that we defeated fascism in World War II and that we would never allow it again in the world. I don't always state publicly my political opinions, and like anyone, I don't always know all the facts. But when it comes to this man and this administration, I'm not going to be like one of the silent minority of 1930s Germany. This man is a danger to not just America, but the entire world, and that's not an exaggeration. He's dismantling democracy and endangering the planet on a daily basis, and we all know it. To announce that there must be no criticism of the president or that we are to stand by the president, right or wrong, is not only unpatriotic and servile, but is morally treasonable to the American public, Theodore Roosevelt. His statements would continue, so buckle up because it's a doozy. Listen, I'm an artist and not a politician, so I'm in no need to give my answer or opinion on anything if I'm not inspired or compelled. But how funny that it wasn't me calling on Trump's blatant fascist manipulation of government, his Gestapo ICE tactics, his racist remarks about Latinos, Native Americans, etc., his ridiculous wall construction, his attacks on the disabled, his attempted coup and mob insurrection, and destruction of the sacred halls of Congress, his disparaging, sexist, and pedophilic remarks about women, his obvious attempts at distraction about being a close personal friend of Jeffrey Epstein, and his inclusion in the Epstein files, his ignorance of the dying children in Sudan, Gaza, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, his lack of empathy for military veterans and those struggling with poverty, his attempts to dismantle healthcare, his obvious wimpy and pathetic kowtowing to the dictators Putin and Kim Jong-un, his Nazi-like rallies, his attempts to sell merchandise and products like Goya beans through the office of the president, his fake gunshot to the ear that he showed no medical records or photographs of, his constant lying to the American public, etc., etc. No, it wasn't me calling out any of that. It was the effing decor of the Oval Office remarks I made that I got them to respond with insults. How petty and pathetic and thin-skinned could this administration get? Masquerading as a real artist? Thank you for giving me my tombstone engraving. Well, here's my opinion. Trump is masquerading as a human being. He's masquerading as a Christian, as a leader, as a person with actual empathy. He's been masquerading as a businessman for decades, as nothing he's involved in has prospered except by using other people's money to find loophole after loophole and grift after grift. His staff of professional liar toadies like Stephen Chung and Caroline Leavitt have been covering up and masking his fascism, his patriotism, and fomenting hatred and division in this country on a daily basis. And I have ample time on my hands. That orange grifter has spent more taxpayer money cheating at golf than helping anyone in the country improve anything. There is no progress with him, only smoke and mirrors and tax breaks for the ultra wealthy. So MAGA folk, enjoy your concrete paving over the Rose Garden, your $200 million ballroom in the White House, and your gaudy ass gold spray painted trinkets from Home Depot, because he ain't spending any money on helping you unless you fit into his white supremacist country club rich idiot agenda. Wow, he hates who you hate. Good for you. Be proud of yourselves. How Christian of you all. The only way you can support this con man is because you are a victim of the two-party system and you defend your guy no matter what he does. No intelligent person can defend this low-life fascist, this bankrupter of casinos, this failed seller of Trump steaks, Trump vodka, Trump water. This man and his goon squad have failed upwards for decades and have fleeced the American people over and over. This professional golf cheat, this grifter who has hundreds of thousands of deaths from his inaction of the pandemic on his hands, this man that the majority of the country somehow were fooled into supporting and voting into office through the flawed Electoral College and their love of reality television stars, being insulted by the actual White House that this particular con man leads is a badge of honor to me, because anyone who Trump supports and likes is a villain who gives nothing to their fellow man, only takes what can benefit themselves. And no, I'm not a Democrat either. I'm a human being raised in Detroit. I'm an artist who's owned his own businesses, like his own upholstery shop and recording label since he was 21 years old, who has enough street sense to know when a 3-card Monte dealer is a cheap grifter and thief. He then featured the following photos in his post: the weird gift shop Trump has set up in the White House, Trump with the Goya products in the Oval Office because the founder endorsed him, the construction he ordered, a Snopes.com article where they fact-checked the headline, survey found 47% of Republicans would still vote for Trump, even if implicated in Epstein's crimes, the BS line from Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn stating Trump loves cops, Trump selling Bibles for profit, and a photo of Chung himself. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.